Hi everyone, my name is Anna Sanchez and I'm happy to share my thoughts for this discussion for this week. The big problem that I have been focusing on is the lack of post-graduation planning in high schools, more specifically in the alternative high school setting. These students often face additional barriers, whether it's life circumstances, credit recovery, or lack of access to guidance. Ultimately, all of this leaves them unsure about their next steps after graduation. Many don't have structured support systems or opportunities to actively prepare them for their careers or college or vocational pathways. I believe that this gap can have a very lasting effect on their long-term success and confidence. Looking through Bronfenbrenner's bioecological theory, I see how many layers of influence effect that these students have: families, schools, peers, community organizations. But the system that I want to focus on is a microsystem, especially the role of school counselors, advisors, and teachers who interact with students in their everyday life. So people are in the best position to help guide students, provide encouragement, and co-create opportunities for exploration and growth. In alternative schools where students may not feel connected or supported, the microsystem can be a very powerful space for a change if it's used intentionally. Now onto the learning theory, constructivism. Constructivism says that people don't just receive knowledge, they actively build it. Learning is more effective when it's meaningful, connected to real life, and socially supported. From a cognitive constructivist lens, like Piaget, learners use schemas to make sense of experiences and learn best when new ideas fit into or reshape what they already know. From a social constructivist lens, like Vygotsky, learning happens through interaction with others. Key ideas here are the zone of proximal development, what a student can do with help, and scaffolding, which means gradually removing support as the student grows more independent. In short, the constructivist classrooms are active, reflective, student-centered, and often social. That's why I think this theory is a strong match for post-graduation planning. The idea that I am imagining is a future lab or a dedicated space on campus that helps students actively construct their post-graduation plans. It wouldn't be a traditional workshop or a lecture, it would be more of an experience. Students would begin exploring their interests, skills, and goals through vision boards, self-assessments, and small group discussions. Then, with guidance, they would research college programs, job paths, apprenticeships, or trades. Each week, they could participate in mini projects like mock interviews, resume creation, application tutorials, or budgeting for adult life. Mentors or counselors would act as scaffolders or offering support just enough to help them push them into their zone of proximal development without doing the work for them. This lab would also include social learning, like peer interviews or career mapping with classmates, so that students could learn through collaboration, not just from the adults and like the experiences that they hear about. The environments would be hands-on, creative, and focused on empowering students to own their next steps rather than just waiting for direction. They would build their plans themselves and, of course, with support. One area that I am still working through is how to make this space truly engaging, especially for students who feel disconnected or just unmotivated. I don't want it to feel like just another requirement or like a chore, as most things do for our youth. I want them to feel like it's personalized and inspiring. So my question to everyone is, what ideas do you have to make a space like this feel meaningful and fun for alternative school students? And how can we make students excited to plan for the future, even if they haven't believed in themselves before? Thank you so much for listening. I can't wait to hear everyone's ideas.